Thanks for joining St. George News at 8. I'm Scott Beadle. A 3-year-old Utah boy is dead after being left in a parked car at a Las Vegas resort on Saturday. The Clark County coroner identified the toddler as Chase Lee. Temperatures there that day did reach triple digits. The incident was reported just before 5 p.m. at the Grandview Timeshare Resort. The parents were visiting at Las Vegas as part of a large family reunion, authorities say, and they lost track of the child. The boy was in the car for more than an hour, and by the time parents realized he was still in the vehicle, it was too late. The child suffered heat-related injuries and was taken to St. Rose Dominican Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police say after an investigation, it does appear that it was just a tragic accident. A Tokerville mother accused of locking her son away in a filth-covered bathroom for an extended period pleads guilty to charges of child abuse. Maury Kessler has the details.
Today in 5th District Court, Tokerville resident Brandy Janes, who is accused of having locked her son away in a filthy bathroom for an extended period of time, pleaded guilty to 3 charges of second-degree felony child abuse.
How do you wish to plead the charge of count 1, child abuse, a second-degree felony?
Guilty.
Count 2, child abuse, a second-degree felony?
Guilty.
And count 3, child abuse, a second-degree felony?
Guilty.
The charges that she pled guilty to are 3 second-degree felonies of child abuse resulting in serious injury to a child. The first one was the starvation of the child. The second count was regarding the developmental delays and intellectual delays that were caused by his captivity and his failure to provide schooling and education and stimulus to the child. The third count was with regard to the protracted loss of the use of his legs and his impacted ability to walk as a result of his captivity and malnutrition.
Brandy changed her plea to guilty of all 3 counts. This was something that she's been discussing with me for a few weeks, and she feels that this is really in the best interest of her children. The juvenile court may very well consider granting her parental rights and reunification with her children, supervised visitation, but all of that's contingent upon her not going to prison, because once you've been incarcerated for 1 straight year or longer, it's just automatic. They take your kids away from you.
Janes is scheduled to be sentenced August 28th. Reporting from the 5th District Courthouse in St. George, I'm Maury Kessler from St. George News at 8.
St. George authorities arrest a 27-year-old woman for sexual solicitation after investigators conducted an undercover sting operation. Nicole Renee Wilson faces multiple misdemeanor charges for business violations and sexual solicitation. Authorities say she allegedly agreed to sex acts for money during their undercover investigation. A background check found she had multiple convictions for prostitution in several states. However, prosecutors found that none of those convictions were in Utah and adjusted her charges accordingly. Wilson was booked into the Washington County Correctional Facility on Friday. AWI Networks in St. George launches a new smart filtering service for customers in order to help safeguard kids from accessing explicit material. The company calls it your BFF, Basic Friendly Filtering. According to GuardChild.com, 70% of kids ages 7 to 18 have accidentally encountered online pornography, often through a web search while doing homework. And law enforcement officials estimate that more than 50,000 sexual predators are online at any given moment. In an attempt to address this growing problem, AWI Network's BFF includes 40 different categories of content filtering, which customers can choose individually or as a whole. Smart filtering is $5 per month, with the first month being free. For more information on AWI Networks, you can visit their websites. Republicans' move to repeal and replace Obamacare has stalled again after clashes within their own party. Emily Rao has the latest from Washington.
For 7 years, I've been hearing repeal and replace from Congress.
President Trump echoing the sentiment of so much of the Republican base. A campaign promise of his own, now the effort to repeal and replace Obamacare back to square one.
When we finally get a chance to repeal and replace, they don't take advantage of it.
The president stressing his disappointment in Senate Republicans as Majority Leader Mitch McConnell tries to rally support for a new strategy to repeal now and replace later. Within hours, though, 3 Republicans say they won't support it.
I do not think that it is going to be constructive to repeal a law that at this point is so interwoven within our healthcare system.
That's enough no votes to effectively kill yet another effort to get something done in the GOP-controlled Senate.
Republicans are at war with themselves, and that civil war looks likely to continue. They can't
coalesce around a strategy around repealing and or replacing Obamacare, despite talking about it for 7 years.
The Democrats saying they're willing to reach across the aisle.
If Republicans abandon cuts to Medicaid, abandon tax breaks for the wealthy, and agree to go through the regular order, the door to bipartisanship is open right now.
And meanwhile, the protests continue in the halls of Congress.
President Trump and Vice President Pence both support the idea of repealing now and replacing later. Chief Meteorologist Chris Summers has your Southern Utah forecast coming up right after this.
The weather tonight is brought to you by AWI Networks, smarter internet.
And welcome back, everyone. A good Tuesday evening to you. Temperatures of 101 here late this afternoon in St. George, just 1 degree below that normal 102 for the date. Overnight lows into the upper 70s to low 80s. One thing missing, though, is precipitation. Have been seeing some rain around the area, but nothing here in St. George overnight tonight, but may see some more rain chances as we get into our Wednesday. Taking a look at our satellite and radar again, yeah, seeing those showers and thunderstorms really in northwestern parts of Arizona, into parts of southern Nevada, seeing more of the rain. Did see a little bit of rain up near Cedar City, and again, really not much going on, just some clouds here in St. George. Haven't really seen too much in the way of rainfall here late this afternoon. Now, a flood watch has gone into effect, though, for much of Utah and also Arizona, even parts of southern Nevada, too. This lasts all the way through tomorrow into early on Thursday, when this flash flood watch is in effect for across our area, as we see the chances, anyway, of more scattered showers and thunderstorms in our forecast. Highs today upper 90s to even triple digits in most areas. 93 degrees the high temperature Cedar City and Enterprise, 101 in Hurricane and St. George, 107 in Vegas, and 101 in Mesquite late this afternoon. As we head into tonight, then, a few showers out there from Cedar City at 63 degrees with a chance for some rain out there. 77 in Hurricane overnight with some chances of showers or thunder showers. 82 in Mesquite, and 79 degrees the high temperature in St. George, or low temperature in St. George. Again, could see a chance of rain here overnight for tonight. Cedar City for your Wednesday. Temperatures back near 80, so a little bit cooler than we've been seeing last couple of days. A few more clouds out there and better chance of rain coming through the area too as the monsoonal moisture really picks up across our area the next couple of days. Even St. George seeing temperatures once again only in the low 90s. Yeah, we're in the triple digits today. May only be in the low 90s for highs on our Wednesday with that threat of showers and thunderstorms around throughout the day. West-southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So not quite as warm on Wednesday. We'll see those scattered showers or thunderstorms possible, keeping that threat of rain around for Thursday too, and then finally getting that rain threat out of here by the end of the work week, and then turning those temperatures back up as we head into the upcoming weekend. Here's what it looks like on our surface map. Yeah, that was a PM or showers, thunderstorm in the afternoon, coming into parts of southern Utah, also into parts of Arizona as well, even extending over into parts of Colorado. Could see those chances of rain continue as we get to Wednesday afternoon. Here's a look at our forecast for our Wednesday. Up near Cedar City, temperature reaching 80, 84 degrees Enterprise. Again, showers or thunderstorms possible around St. George, southern Utah, even northwest Arizona. Seeing temperatures once again in the low 90s for highs with showers and thunderstorms possible for your Wednesday. And your 7-day forecast in Cedar City, low 80s to mid 80s as we get into the end of the work week. Right now, weekend, a little bit warmer, getting back near upper 80s by Sunday, with that threat of rain continuing. And in St. George and southern Utah, they're going to stay in the 90s for a few days anyway. 95 degrees a high on Thursday, 99 by Friday. And then the triple digits come back for the weekend before we drop back into the upper 90s once again early next week. But looking like some pretty good chances, at least, of some showers and thunderstorms in our forecast. Have to be careful out there with some of that flash flooding. That's why that flash flood watch is in effect for much of our area, not only for tomorrow, but into early on Thursday as well.
But at least it's a break from those triple digits.
That's for sure. We're getting back into the 90s. We gotta enjoy that if we can. That's for sure.
Thanks, Chris. We'll be back in a moment. The Dixie National Forest Supervisor's Office is getting a lot of calls lately as people want to help replant trees in the area burned by the Bryan Head Fire. The DNF says it's still too early for that, but they are suggesting an alternative. You can donate to the National Plant a Tree program. It's been around since 1983 and lets people donate directly to the Forest Service for tree planting. For additional information, head to stgeorgenews.com. Thanks for watching.
We hope you have a great night.